What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Bill, and today we are working on the two-door Bronco. Now, this is a big bend, and one thing that I'm not a big fan of on the big bend is this grille. I don't like just the 6 big holes, and so I've had Matt's Badlands grill sitting in here collecting dust. And well, as you can see, it's not its normal color right now. I cleaned it up and sprayed it down with primer, and I'm going to paint this shadow black to match. So it should be a match with the paint for the grill. And then took the letters off. He did already have the Oracle letters on there. So these are the light up letters. I believe they're white lit backing. I have the light area taped off, but as you can see, I've already painted these cyber orange as well as the horse. So I had to have a little bit of cyber orange in here to pay homage to the original. But yeah, take that one off and put that on, and then I also gonna replace the Ford badge with one I painted, again black and cyber orange. I did a couple of these a little while ago. Here we go. Paint that. So then we'll have a little bit of cyber orange on the back, a little splash of color against the black. We'll have the horse and the emblem, and then on the front we'll have a gloss black grille with the Bronco light up letters. These are all pretty easy things to do or to swap out. I mean, the grill, I don't know how many times we've taken a grill off on the channel, but we'll go through and show how to do that again, just in case you are not aware how to do that. And then these on the back here, it's easy enough. I just put some tape there. You just really need a box around that, but I made it as foolproof as possible to make sure that I put the horse back in the same spot. And to peel it off, all you need is, I don't even know if you see that on camera, it's just a bit of floss. Run back behind there. Now, depending on the weather, it might help to heat this up, to run a heat gun behind this to loosen up the adhesive a little bit, which I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, you don't want to get it too hot to where you're melting the plastic or messing up the paint, and just get a little heat on there. It helps loosen up that adhesive some. And I keep breaking my string. We still got the adhesive on there. We have a perfectly clean horse that we can paint another color, so if you want one painted, let me know. And I'll just clean up this adhesive. It should come off fairly easy once you can get behind it and start pulling on it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get this cleaned up and we'll get the other one on there. Unfortunately, it is bubbling up right here. So I'm gonna wait for this to dry and peel that up and sand that down a bit better. I don't know, must have been something underneath there that didn't get cleaned up before I sprayed that. So now I'm gonna have to clean that up, paint up, sand it down, get it cleaned, and try to blend that in and repair it with the, and I hope I have enough black left to get that finished and blended and everything looking good before I put the clear coat. But now I just gotta wait for this to dry, because I can't, if I start messing with it while it's wet, it's just gonna smear everywhere and I'm going to make a big mess. Alright, so I peeled this paint up now that it's dried, and it wasn't the paint or the primer that I had sprayed that bubbled up. It was actually the paint underneath, which I didn't realize the factory grills that this kind of silver metal, I thought it was the plastic was molded in that color, but apparently it's just black plastic with a layer of that paint on it. But yeah, so that's a little bit deeper than expected. I'm going to try to get this sanded. This part shouldn't be too bad, but in here it kind of bubbled up, and that's going to be a pain to get that cleaned up. I mean, the ridges and everything, and that's not peeling up as nice as that did. But yeah, not sure what happened there. That's like really weird that the paint underneath everything somehow got impacted and bubbled up off of the plastic. But I'll get that sanded down. Yeah, what? 220 right now, which is kind of coarse for this, but just to go around these edges and kind of knock down the lip a bit, and then I can come back in and start smoothing that out a bit from there. But yeah, this is going to be a pain to get this part in here cleaned up. But yeah, I'll go ahead, and what should have been a pretty simple job turned into a little bit more of a job. Alright, so for the horse, I just put some 3M tape along the edge. Oh, missed a spot there. This, I don't know which bigger pain, trying to trim this all around the edges, or once you do have it all trimmed, pulling all these individual little red strips off. But let's pull these all off and stick it in its spot over there. Okay, got the spot all cleaned up, wiped it down really good with some alcohol. I hit the surface with a little bit of heat, hit the back side of the tape with a little bit of heat, so we can get a good initial. Just a little touch of the cyber orange, and then said I'll come over here and get this Ford badge off of here. I have the worst luck with these. So on the back side there is adhesive, there's some 3M tape, and then there's these clips. Normally I don't think I've gotten one off of the back without breaking the clips, so that's why I had a few of these ordered, so be fine. And then there's the adhesive. You can use heat to kind of loosen the adhesive some on the back, but you have to be very careful, especially this thin line around here melts very easily because it's, I think, 3 or 4 pieces. This is one piece, that outside is one piece, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think, yeah, the letters are in 2 pieces, so like 5 different pieces, and these thinner rings around the outside melt very easily. There went the clip. Yep, so they both broke off. That one went completely in. That one's still kind of in the hole, so I'll have to pull that out. But yeah, again, clean up the adhesive. I'll put some more 3M tape on the back side of this and then pop that one in there. Let me get this cleaned up. Got those small little touches. I got the A little bit of cyber orange on the back just to pay homage. Alright guys, well, I don't know what happened to the video. I recorded more of this, but was just going through my files and not sure what happened to the one after I got this painted. But yeah, we got it painted, got it installed. Had a little mishap here with some paint rubbing off already. I'm probably going to eventually change those letters out again. These are the white backlit. I think I prefer the amber ones, but these are the ones we had from this Matt's grill, so we went with these for now. But yeah, they're there. I have them wired. I have a quick disconnect here, so if I do need to take this off, I can just disconnect. And one wire is going to the ground right here, and the second wire is going to a fuse tap, which is, oh, I don't have the list right here that shows exactly which number that is, but it's the third one up here. And so this is a switched power, so it only comes on when the ignition is on. So with that, I didn't use an upfitter switch or anything because, well, I don't have upfitter switches in this one yet. And my chicken's outside. But yeah, so when we turn it on, you'll see, ooh, there we go. And then when we have the car turned on, you'll see the back lights come on. It doesn't stand out real bright during the day, but I did notice that some of these backlights are burnt out as well, which is another reason I'm thinking of replacing them. You see it's got some bright areas and some darker areas where it used to be pretty bright all around. But for what it is, for just having them already in the garage, I think it looked great. I think the grill came out great and looks good with the Bronco. And then say we just did the badge and the horse. So yeah, just some quick color changes on the Bronco. Should be, I think, a quick video. I don't know, it's been a while since I recorded this originally, and just realized that I never finished it out and I couldn't find the remaining video files, so doing this real quick to close this out. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe so you see their next one. See you next time.